I'm Jeff Philbin, here turning ideas for dinner into dinner ideas every day. Today, a simple sandwich taken to the next level. Expert tips on making your own hot honey fried chicken and a recipe for homemade potato buns to serve them in. Here to get us all hot, but maybe not as bothered, in the Dinner Dish kitchen is Joe Dodd. Welcome back to the Dinner Dish kitchen, my friend. I'm so happy to see you here. Because who better to share how he does fried chicken? I mean, come on, people. His King of the Coop restaurant was proudly Tampa's first Nashville hot chicken joint and is now serving hungry Lightning fans over Amalie Arena and inside of Cigar City Cider and Mead in Ybor City. And Mead was actually the inspiration for the recipe that you're making today.
Yes, sir, it was. Sitting at the restaurant one day and just realized I hadn't done a new dish in a while.
Okay.
And being inside of Cigar City Cider and Mead, I wanted to kind of like give a thanks to Joey Redner for having us inside his building. So we just came up with the idea of like we're gonna make our own hot honey, right?
I love that.
And add it to one of our heat levels, our heat levels of chicken.
Okay.
And we came up with this sandwich where we use chicken thighs. And we actually just spoke yesterday that we're gonna allow it to be ordered for our tenders and all that jazz.
Oh, come on now. Very cool. Very cool. But today, we're having fun with just the sandwich. And you've already, it looks like, started working on a dough mixture here. So what's going on here?
So today, decided might as well make our own potato buns.
I mean, when around, right? I mean, just kind of just go for it. You're just kind of committing at that point.
Call me Martin if you want to.
We're gonna call you Martin. Okay, I like that one. I like that one. All right, so step one is what? What have you done so far?
So we added in our dry ingredients, which is our flour, sugar, and salt mixture.
Okay.
And then we took and we kind of got our yeast started in water and sugar.
Okay, so walk us through that yeast. Was it just an instant yeast packet? What's going on?
Just an instant yeast packet.
Okay.
Right, and you sprinkle the yeast on top. You use kind of lukewarm water, and then the yeast will kind of seep down and eat the sugar.
And that's what's going to feed that part. So how long does that process kind of last for?
So you want to do that for around 5 minutes until it gets foamy, and then you're going to stir the yeast in.
So about 5 minutes, foamy is what you're looking for, that frothiness of that yeast really kind of reacting, eating those sugars to then start that whole process. So
and then we added in mashed potatoes.
Yeah, come on, like, okay, you can't have a potato bun without like some level, so you got to have the potato. So now, were you out there like taking the potatoes, peeling the potatoes, boiling the potatoes, mashing the potatoes, ricing the potatoes?
I did that.
You did all of that.
And then I left them at home today.
Okay.
So
it happens to the best of us, folks. Sometimes you're in the moment, you got everything ready to go, it's all and things happen. But in that instant, what did you just do?
I went to the store and got instant potatoes.
So instant potatoes could be an adequate substitute for this.
Of course.
Okay, so if someone at home does not have the ability or the time to be able to do that, instant potatoes could work for you.
Perfect. Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
All right.
Make it simple.
I love that, because for the King's perfect potato bun recipe and how to do his hot honey chicken to stick in it, visit dinnerdeas.com. If you have your phone, open the camera app and point it right at the TV so it can see the black and white square. It's in the corner. That's a QR code, and your phone should recognize it, and a link to us will appear right in the camera app. Okay, so all of that went in. Was there any other ingredients that went in?
That's it.
That was it?
That's it.
No butter?
We added, we did add butter.
See, I see what you're doing, my friend. I got eyes
I was
on
on
you.
the instant potatoes. So.
See, this is the reason why I've got 4 eyes for you.
So we add in 6 tablespoons of butter per the recipe, but you add it one at a time.
And what does that do? Why just slowly adding it in?
It's going to help bring the dough together and create a little bit of silkiness throughout.
Okay. So it's intentional to make sure it's about a tablespoon at a time.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
And you just bring it to, it's formed into like a ball.
Now, you've used the stand mixer to help create that ball.
Correct.
If you didn't have a stand mixer at home, what could you do? Could you do it? Will it
take some creatine and work out and get them muscles going? Doing it by hand.
So, so it's going to just be a little bit more of a laborious process to really kind of get to it there.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well, hey, we're going to finish up our dough during the break. When we come back, don't toss out your pickle jars. We'll show you why the leftover liquid makes the perfect brine. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're coming in hot today with an idea for dinner from Joe Dodd, also known as King of the Coop. He's sharing a recipe for hot honey chicken sandwiches with homemade potato buns. Before the break, we made the dough for our potato buns, starting by combining water, sugar, and yeast, letting it all foamy, while we used our stand mixer to combine flour, more sugar and salt, adding instant mashed potatoes, our yeast mixture, and butter. And there's still some more steps to go with this.
Oh, yeah.
There's more steps to go.
We're
Okay,
not done.
so we've also have some that we've done because we got to let this kind of rest. We need some time. So walk us through where we're at right now.
So after you take it out the stand mixer, you're going to put it in a greased bowl, right? Cover it with a towel, put it someplace warm, right? If your oven has a warm temperature, put it in there.
Okay.
Put it in. You're going to let it sit for an hour. You want it to double in size.
Sure.
Right? That means everything's active. The yeast is going to town in there, right? So it's going to look like this, okay? Next step, we're going to punch it down. Release some of that gas, right? We're going to take it out.
Now, if you skip that step, would you get the same results of having a good dough, or this is
never tried it. never tried doing that before.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
Right? We're going to use our official Dinner DeeAs dough spatula here.
Oh, I love this. Okay. So we've taken this dough. Now, we've already swapped this out. So the one that we made has been swapped out for one that we've let rest
Correct.
for an hour. And right now, you've just taken that dough ball, you punched it out to release those gases, and you just cut it in half.
We're going to cut it in half. Now, from here, you can cut it into whatever size you want.
Okay.
Right? So you can have little mini buns. You can have slider sizes. I'm a big boy, so I like a bun size.
Okay, so we've just taken now that one half into 2 quarters here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to cut it all in half, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just make some dough balls.
All right.
So what I like to do
how do you do this?
is kind of ball it up.
Ball it up, okay.
A little bit, and then just kind of on the, like, press and roll, press and roll, press and roll, press and
Now,
roll.
do you ever like swap it out a little, like, and go around, like, and flip it upside down? You do any
No,
kind
I
of?
just do it one way.
No,
that
just
way
one
the
way.
bottom is like the seal.
It's the seal for it. Okay.
Yeah. So you just press and roll, press and roll.
Okay.
Right. So we got all 4 of those done.
Okay.
Then
It's very therapeutic. It's a comedy.
is.
It
It
is
is.
fun. You
It
like
is.
baking to do this kind of stuff?
I hate baking.
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
you like making buns.
I like making buns
Okay.
and cheesecake.
Buns and cheesecake.
Buns and cheesecake.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to spray our pan, right? Because we got to let this rise again.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to spray our pan. Pretty good.
Okay. And then we're just going to take our balls right here.
Take our bun balls.
Okay.
And leave. You want them to be about 1 inch apart.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to put it in there. Now we're going to cover this.
Okay.
And another 45 minutes in the oven on warm.
Okay, but
Or
we're
in
going
a
to let this
warm
rest for
place.
45 minutes here
Rest
because
for
to
45
prep
minutes.
your own homemade potato buns in your home, grab Joe's recipe for them and the hot honey chicken we're about to do at dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code down there to find us on your phone. Okay, so those were already going to have rested for 45 minutes.
Yep.
But we also have some that we've already swapped out and have some that have waited that 45 minutes.
Got 'em right there. Right there is magical.
Okay.
Right. So these have proofed again.
Absolutely. And how do you know that they've proofed? What are you looking for?
I'd touch them.
Okay.
Right? And you just kind of press. Gets a little springy, but not too much because you want them to be, if it springs back too much, it's going to be real tough.
Real tough.
Right? And you don't want that.
Okay.
You don't want that gluten to be developed too much.
Should they be bigger? Should they get bigger?
They will get bigger
Yeah.
from when you make the balls to now. They do get bigger, yes.
Okay. Very cool.
Yep.
So then these can go into the oven.
We're going to bake these at 400 degrees for around 25 minutes.
Okay, very
right?
cool.
Put them in here.
Now we've got this beautiful brine here that is absolutely just so beautiful to smell right now. What do we have? What did you put in this?
So we brine in our chicken in pickle juice, water, sugar,
Okay.
salt, rosemary, thyme,
Okay.
bay leaf, garlic, and peppercorns.
Awesome stuff right there. Now, the pickle juice, like, got any tips right there?
Use good pickle juice. Don't use anything terrible. Like
So, like, I go for that last pickle,
save the juice.
save the juice.
Save the juice.
Save the juice.
It's great for brine and Bloody Marys.
That's the way to
The
do it.
2 B's to life: brine and Bloody Marys.
Brine and Bloody Marys. All right,
Yeah.
and so now this is steeped here.
It is steeped. You want to bring it to a boil Once it boils, turn it off, let it sit for around 20 minutes.
Okay, and in that process, it's also going to cool. So that way then now, what do we do?
Now we're gonna take our chicken thighs.
Okay.
Right? I like using chicken thighs. I know at the restaurant we use tenders. For this sandwich, we use thighs.
What do you find is different here?
The fattiness.
The fattiness.
Right, fat equals flavor. So I'm pretty flavorful myself, right?
Me too, man. I look at myself at some of the angles, and I feel it too, my friend.
I just like to keep it chunky but funky, you know?
Chunky but funky. All right, I dig it. I dig it.
So what I do with the chicken thighs is I do cut and trim a little bit of the excess fat.
Okay.
Because when you fry that, it's different than skin.
Absolutely.
And it's going to eat a little bit differently.
And I'm assuming that we've already deboned everything as well.
Yes, I use boneless, skinless chicken
Boneless
thighs.
chicken thighs. Okay,
Yeah.
very
And
cool.
skinless.
And skinless.
And skinless, yeah.
Okay. So what do we need to do with the brine with the
All
chicken?
we're going to do once it's cooled is you're just going to pour it over the chicken,
Okay.
put it in the fridge, let it sit 12, 24 hours.
Okay. If you want it to go above 24, will that do damage to the flavor, or?
It could start to make the chicken a little tough.
Yeah. So
Especially with the amount of salt.
12 to 24 is
12
the
to
optimal
24.
amount of time to do it, because
Yep.
before our chicken gets all hot and honeyed, it has to get cold and brined. Well, that goes into the fridge. We'll take a break. When we come back, how to get it breaded and ready for frying. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're feeling hot, hot, hot today as we fry up hot honey chicken sandwiches in homemade potato buns with our friend Joe Dodd from Tampa's King of the Coop. Before the break, we took dough we made earlier, which sat covered for an hour to rise, then divided into equal portions and made 4 balls. Put them in a pan we greased with cooking spray and let them rise a second time for about 45 minutes. Then got them into the oven for about 25 minutes. Meantime, we used our brine of water, pickle juice, salt, sugar, bay leaf, black peppercorn, rosemary, thyme, and garlic, and added our boneless, skinless chicken thighs, letting it brine overnight in the fridge while you had the opportunity to get these buns out of the oven.
Yeah, piping hot, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, fingers are on fire.
That's a good sign, though, because
Yeah.
like the smells of it are just so much fun. Because, yes, there's some extra steps to this, but you can't get that from the grocery store, folks. You can't get that smell.
No.
And we use so much of our senses when it comes to cooking. That right there, that's a treat.
It is. It is. Solid.
All right.
Solid.
So we've got all of the buns ready to go forth there. What do we need to do with our chicken now?
All right, so now with our chicken that has been brining all night,
Yeah.
we're going to take it out of the brine. Right, I like to put it on a paper towel and just pat it dry.
Okay.
All right? So we're just going to pat it dry, both sides, roll it up, do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
You know? And we're going to put it in a bowl. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people like to use buttermilk
Yeah.
and all of that jazz. Not
So you're telling me you're not a buttermilk guy for
Not
this?
a buttermilk guy.
Not a buttermilk
Used
guy.
to be,
Okay.
and then I learned the way.
Whoa there.
Yeah.
Teach us the way, my friend.
Yeah, I learned the way, right? I use mustard. Just
Okay.
like you said earlier, like barbecue
It's like
guys,
a barbecue.
it's a binder, right? Whereas buttermilk, when you fry chicken, moisture leaving is the bubbles,
Yeah.
right, and frying, but what you're left is the milk solids, and that's why a lot of times chicken is gummy underneath.
Okay.
The breading, not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this. So we're going to add just regular yellow mustard.
Okay.
Nothing fancy,
Nothing
right?
fancy in this.
Tried Dijon one time.
It just
Don't
didn't do
need
it for you?
No, don't need to.
Okay.
You know, we're going to take some of our seasoning that we make. We use a mild spice for this.
Okay. Now, what type of flavors are going to be inside this kind of profile here?
So it's got a little bit of sweetness from brown sugar. We add some smoked paprika, garlic powder,
Okay.
black pepper, and that's it.
Very cool.
Basically it. So we're going to just mix this all up, right? And then the next step, like I said, this is just the bind, right?
That's just the bind.
So you get it all nice and seasoned like. And then this is our breader that we use.
Now, anything happen over here? Any special flavors in this?
No, but we don't use any flour.
Okay. Well, like, what do we got then?
Yeah, so we use 2 different starches, right? So we call it gluten friendly so we don't get sued,
Okay.
right?
Gotta think of those things.
Gotta think
Gotta
of,
think of that.
You know? So we use 2 different starches, and it's a specific ratio that we use. We just dip it in one time, right? A lot of people like to fry chicken and go double dredge. I want to be able to taste the meat.
You're kind of glancing over the starches that you're using. What are you using? I want to know. Are you allowed to tell us this?
I mean, it's my recipe. I'm allowed to do what I want. But
because like KFC's got like 11 herbs and spices, and it's like lock and key.
Yeah.
Is this a lock and key, or can we?
For our breader, I'll tell you. Right.
You will?
Yeah, I won't tell you the ratios, right?
Okay,
because that's
fair.
the specific part.
Fair.
We use potato starch and cornstarch.
That's it. That's it.
Salt and pepper.
Very cool.
Potato starch, cornstarch, salt and pepper. That's it. Right, but it's the ratio that's the key.
Okay, it's the ratio that's the key. Now these here, you also don't go straight into the oil. You actually let these sit.
So that's something that we figured out with frying chicken in the 6 years we've been open. Let your chicken sit.
Okay.
Right? I like to let it sit 30 minutes minimum.
Okay, perfect.
Right? And what's going to happen is that breading is going to adhere to the chicken, become one with the chicken. You've eaten a lot of fried chicken before where the breading falls off.
Okay.
This does not happen.
This does not. So while that is just going to rest, we can start with our buns.
Correct.
All right.
So we got a bun here. We're just going to take some butter, give it the good old knuckle buck on the pan.
Okay.
And we're just going to toast.
Is that a technical term too, the knuckle buck?
You don't want to know where it came from. And we're just going to let that bun toast, right? Get it nice and toasty, I guess.
That nice golden brown.
Yeah.
To have a hot honey chicken sandwich for your dinner in your own homemade potato bun, grab the recipes for both at dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code to find us with your phone right now. Now, we've got chicken that's been frying here in this oil.
Yep.
What's going on with the oil? Anything special here?
With the oil, no, I'd like to fry at like 350 degrees.
Okay.
Right, you could do it a little bit lower depending on what kind of color you're looking for. Lower temperature means longer time.
Sure.
Right, I like to go around 5 to 7 minutes for the chicken thighs.
5 to 7, okay.
Yep, so we're just gonna take this chicken out right here. Right, we're gonna come over here.
Love it.
We got our Nashville hot honey that we make.
And you make this.
We do.
And what's going on in there?
So it's, we just make a honey blend.
Okay.
And we add our Nashville hot seasoning to it. Right. What I like to see how it kind of bubbled up once you added all the honey on there.
Oh, I love that.
And then what we're gonna do is put it over here.
Now, could you make this at the house yourself?
You could, right? Like if we sell our Nashville hot honey.
Okay.
Right, with our seasonings.
Come on now.
And all that jazz. But if you wanted to make it at your house, you just take honey, a hot spice, right? Whatever you want, you can find different spices.
Sure.
Spicy.
You just have fun with it yourself?
And, yeah, and just add how you like it.
How you like it. All
right. I always like to add a little bit of extra seasoning.
Okay.
If you could actually take that bun right there.
I'd love to.
And do a nice big scoop of pimento cheese on it for me.
I love it.
Right.
Now, you've got pimento cheese here.
With no pimento, by the way.
Wait. Pimento cheese with no pimento.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I hate pimento. It's gross.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Press it down with the scoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you could buy this at a store.
Yes.
Or if you didn't, you could have your pimento-less pimento cheese.
Yep. And then we're just going to take that chicken right there like
Which
that.
is on our website, dinnerdeas.com. All right. Wow, look how beautiful that looks. The height off of that sandwich. Come on now. Yep. We're taking one last break. When we come back, time to taste our hot honey sandwich. Ahead, Dinner Deas. Welcome back to Dinner Deas. King of the Coop himself, Joe Dodd, is our guest today, and he's been sharing a recipe for hot honey chicken sandwich with homemade potato buns. My friend, you made potato buns.
We did.
Extra steps, a little bit more time, but folks at home,
if you love what you do.
If you love what you do and you love the craft, I mean,
do it right.
Do it right.
Do we buns cheers?
I'm going for the buns cheers with you.
Buns cheers.
Buns cheers. And you go elbows out with it too? Like to really make sure, because you like it messy, right?
Yeah, I'm good with it messy.
You're good? Let's go. Let's go. Dude.
That's pretty good.
It is really good. I mean, the potato bun on its own, that right there is just fun. Extra steps, sure, but so worth it, man.
Yeah.
The flavors that you get, the smells that were in this kitchen, like folks, the smells that were in this kitchen, out of this world, fantastic. What do you taste when you hit that honey with that chicken? Because I'm going back for another bite.
I like the sweetness. the spiciness, but it's not too overly spicy. Like my 9-year-old hates spice, loves this. And then the fattiness and creaminess from the cheese kind of brings everything together.
And what's really nice is that you had that layer of brine. And letting that really just take all those flavors and the time to just really impart that in there. Like, that is a step that you should not skip.
No, you know, we don't brine in the restaurant, right? Time and space, but we do marinate 24 hours. At home, when you do chicken, don't be lazy, brine. You know, brine.
Take the extra step and go that extra mile.
Yes, show people
that
when you make it for them that you love them.
You love them. Folks at home, you can do this. I'm telling you, yes, a little timelier, but so worth it. Thanks again to Joe Dodd. His famous fried chicken is available in Ybor at Cigar City Cider and Meat, and now inside Amalie Arena. And we have a link to find out more at dinnerdeas.com, where we also have the recipes for everything that we've made today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Deas. This is so good.